Hey, so for those that didn't know, I bought a ProMaster like, I don't know, maybe a month ago now. And I bought it from some dude locally. And turns out there's tons of problems with it. There's a lot of leaks, basically, so many leaks, you can't even tell where the leaks are coming from. So I guess there was the obvious power steering leak, which was leaking from 3 different spots. And we put some new hose clamps on there. And I think it appears that that's done leaking. It was also leaking from the cowl. So there's like water on the engine, which kind of made it hard to identify where the other leaks were. And so I did what I could. I like taped that up. You see, I put like this, the Gorilla Tape, and we'll see how that holds up. I also put Gorilla Tape on this thing, but yeah, this thing was like ripped, and I put some Gorilla Tape on there, and it didn't really work that good. It pretty much didn't want to stick to that. I would not use that again on that spot. I'm not even sure if I would ever get Gorilla Tape again. But anyways, yeah, like, I don't know, I kind of fixed up that little drain hole, and I put tape there, and, put this thing in, because apparently this is where the leak is. And it seems to have really helped. But, yeah, and then after doing that, I wanted to get this upper plenimoth, which did end up being difficult because that screw right there, it was, see if I get, this is the hole right there. Get down in there. Yep. It's dark. It was rusted. There was pretty much nothing to grab onto. And yeah, so I had to like get that out, and it ended up being really hard. I ordered these things offline. That someone was like, oh, if you order one of these, because, well, I did try to go in there with like a bolt extractor, and this is the extractors I ended up buying. I bought screw extractors because basically any drill bit that you want to go in this hole right here, all the small ones, all the sizes you want, you want to start small and go big. The small ones are too short to hit the bottom. So pretty much everything needed to be used with the extension. I bought these things and was like, great, these could be used with an extension. This will work. Don't do that. It did not work at all. I did end up just like taking electrical tape and putting it around a drill bit and making it the same diameter of that hole. And it did actually hit it dead center. And then I got the hole big enough for the extractor, and then I got the extractor in there and it bit on, but every time when it came time to actually turn that bolt out, the extractor snapped off in that drilled hole. And then drilling into it again was like super difficult, I think, because that piece was stuck in there. Anyways, after I did manage to get through the first time I did it, I was like, oh, this time I'll try again with the bigger one, because I started with the smallest extractor and was like, well, you shouldn't have done that, it's too small. And then I went in with the bigger one, and the same thing happened. And that one was really difficult to get past. Yeah, I 3D printed this thing. I used this, and I don't know, I think it was a 15/64 bit fit this. I made this piece, I 3D printed it, and yeah, just so it would hit the bolt dead center or whatever, and it did not. I don't know. After that thing was broken in there, I had a really hard time getting past that. It like literally took all day. So yeah, don't. If you're gonna try to use an extractor on that thing, don't. And yeah, I don't know. I guess one thing that was cool was this 3D printed part. Even though I was like in there spinning on it all day, it basically totally held up to all that friction. I would have expected that after spinning a drill bit in there for a long time that it would like wear this hole out here and make it so it's not hitting center. But even with all that friction, it totally held up. And yeah, eventually I did get that thing off, and I kind of knew that I would have to go, I knew I was going to have to go deeper than this upper plenum, but that was the original goal, is just to get that thing off, because I could tell it was going to be difficult. So after I did that, I kind of looked around, cleaned up that area a little bit, and put it back together, because I was like, I will just take this part again another time and go deeper. And it looks like I'm gonna have to either replace the oil cooler seals or the whole oil cooler. I actually ordered a whole oil cooler. It should be here tomorrow. Some people were saying you could replace the seals. I asked the guy uptown, and he said he rips the whole oil cooler out. I kind of just wanted to go for the seals. Looks like I could pick them up for $10, but I just bought the whole oil cooler, and I just bought like the cheapest Chinese one off Amazon. So we'll see if that works. Yeah, because like I said, I read a lot of comments that were like, you just need the seals. And then the one guy I asked locally was like, yeah, I ripped the whole thing out. And yeah, so so yeah, hopefully we're going to get into that. I think I'm going to make a video of all that process. Another thing that, gosh, I can't remember what this thing is called down here. Let me see if I'll grab a light. This thing, I can't remember what that part is called. I'll actually talk about that when I have this thing actually pulled off, because I did replace the seal down there. Because yeah, basically it was definitely leaking. It looks like it was just like misseated on that spot. I don't know. I'll have to find. I thought I had that stuff around here. Yeah, I don't know. I'll pause the video and I'll find it. Okay, so I found the part thing for this. What is the camshaft sensor seal? I'll try to get a better picture video of that when I get in there later today. But yeah, I had found some other YouTubers had posted that when you put this seal in, it needs, there's basically a second layer here, and when you push it in, I think if you just pop it in, basically, yeah, it does. The guy had mentioned that it will squish and it won't seat in there properly, and he recommended to buy this piece of pipe. I can't remember the exact dimensions of it. 1 6/16, and then the inner diameter is like 1 1/4. I don't know. He has a video about it. I'm sure if you look up replacing it, you'll find it. And yeah, he was like, you could just go buy this thing at the hardware store. It fits perfectly. It sure did. I probably should have printed something, but yeah, it like took a day to get that upper plenum off. And I could have ordered that seal offline as well. I wish I would have before I started doing that, because this was like, it was like 30 bucks. And I probably didn't even need to replace it because I think the reason it was leaking is because the person who had installed it last did not seat it properly. I might have been able to just poke it down with that and it might have worked. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to, since I had it off, I was like, well, you want to fix something. So next time you go in there, you can check on it and see that it's not leaking. So hopefully when it doesn't look like it's leaking. Hopefully when I go in there again, it will still not be leaking. The other thing I wanted to say is when I was using these, they did not seem to work that good. In another guy's video, he was like, this is gonna just shave the head right off of that bolt. And when they were brand new, there seemed to be more metal shavings coming off. After I got that extractor bit stuck in there, they really weren't coming off. Seemed to be having a better time with the drill bit. But after I finished the job, I kind of started reading about it. Apparently these things are supposed to be used at very high RPM. I was using them in a drill. I was using it on the drill setting. I don't know if maybe I had to use something with a higher RPM. Maybe it would have taken, it might have sheared it right off. I'm not sure. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Because I feel like I just have to get caught up with all the stuff. I went for the e-brake got stuck the first time I used it. And yeah, we went for that thing. I just took it off. Another guy has a video on how to fix this. I took these things off. Basically, after I got this whole assembly off, I put it on the table and banged on this back and forth a bunch of times until it came loose, and then, you know, used some different lubes and whatnot, and I put it back on. When I put it back on, I could not get this to seat. It's supposed to, the spring's supposed to pull it, and this thing's supposed to seat on there, but I could not get it to seat. I messed around with this thing a bit. I was like, whatever, it's gonna be fine. It seems to be working. I'll just leave it. If anyone knows how to get that to seat properly, that'd be nice to know, but it seems to be working. The rear door hinges, I just lubed these up. This door was extremely stiff open, so I just put some lube on there. I use this stuff. I don't know what it is. I heard to use greaseless. This stuff says greaseless. People are saying use lithium grease, which I believe we have, but this stuff says it what's the word? Oh, it says it's a penetrant, whatever this stuff is. And I think it needed that. It was very stiff. What else? Oh, so another thing I want to do, I'm pretty sure the PCV valve is bad, because when I took this crap apart, there was like a lot of oil in this intake tube. And yeah, I'd also clean the throttle body because there was a lot of oil on there. Yeah, just like a lot of oil buildup. So apparently if that thing has a bunch of oil in it, you need a new PCV valve. After I take this thing off later today, I'm probably just going to run uptown and grab one. The cheapest one on Amazon said frequently returned. I guess I would prefer to just go buy the parts uptown, you know? But sometimes they're like way more expensive. But that PCV valve is not that expensive, so I'd probably just grab that uptown later today after I get this thing off. What else? Yeah, so when I did this cowl thing, I actually took both of these pieces off completely, which required removing the windshield wipers. I guess if I was going into it, I didn't remember or realize that you definitely might need a special tool to pull those windshield wipers off. Thankfully, I had one. Well, we have one at my folks' house. Let's see what does it look like. I can't find the exact one, but basically it just looks like a puller. We have a couple of these little pullers that we have around, and it's a really small one though, and I use that to get the windshield wipers off. I guess like if you're trying to do that, you might not realize that you might need a puller to get those off. And then yeah, I pulled all this off. I put it in the sink. I washed everything. I washed the window. I made these little gaskets. I have this like cuttable gasket stuff. And yeah, I filled the screw holes. They had these at... Yeah, sorry, that was bad angle, but yeah, basically this is like, I think it's called like some nylon piece. Not very good in the video before. The hardware store, one of these was missing, and yeah, I just like cleaned it up and retaped it, because yeah, there's just like so much liquids going on in the engine, you can't really even like figure out what's going wrong. So yeah, I don't know, as far as fixing this thing, I basically found a seal and a hose barb and fixed that part. They had that at the local hardware store. They had this at the local hardware store. And yeah, these gaskets I just made, so it's like, I don't know if water's getting in there or not, but I was like, I'm gonna seal this thing up pretty good, because it makes it hard to see where the actual oil is. So anyways, the whole reason I ordered, if you stick this in here, someone says, if you check, I don't know if you can see that, stick a zip tie down there. See how much, yeah, that's bad. If you're gonna buy one of these things, I would definitely check for that. Anyways, yeah, so that's how I know I have to do that thing. And, oh, another cool thing that someone was like, oh, if you move this out of the way, there it is. If you move this out of the way, you can just tie it up with a piece of wire. So I got these like ropes. I got these little wire things here. I don't know, I'm sure you guys will see it in the video later, but basically with these little wires attached to these screws, this thing's like held up, perfect tension out of the way. Really seems to help it stay out of the way. What else? Yeah, I don't know, maybe I can show you guys the clamps, the steering hose clamps in a little bit. But, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for now. I think I'm sure there's some stuff I'm forgetting, because I've been going at it and I've been meaning to make a video. And this is just kind of a catch-up video. And I think I'm going to make a video of the whole, probably doing that whole oil cooler, maybe do oil cooler and PCV valve. But anyways, thanks for watching. And thanks thanks for helping, and yeah, stay tuned or tune out, whatever. Have a good one. One last thing, I saw in the video that you could not see very well where this was going. You want to go right in there, right down. There's apparently a V down here. I haven't really seen that far down yet, but that's where you want to check, right in there. Oh yeah, yep, yeah. So you want to get right down in there. One thing I also wanted to mention before the end of the video, so when after this seems to have been sealed up pretty well after cleaning it up, but yeah, there's still always water whenever I open it. There's water like sitting in there and up there. And when I open this, if there's moisture outside, there still water splashes down here, which the point was to avoid that. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching.